So this is it. This is the first look at the new MacBook Pro 15-inch with Touch Bar. Let's have a peek, shall we? I'm just kidding, that's my old broken computer. This is the new one right here. Marlon.
Casey, what's up?
You got my package, Marlon?
I have your package, man. I have your package right here.
I'm looking forward to this one. Ah, yeah.
Casey, nice that.
That's me.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure, man.
Oh!
Always a pleasure, my brother.
I just adjusted the white balance. I hope that's not too annoying. Hey, hi. So this is my review. It's more of a comprehensive first look at the new 15-inch MacBook Pro with Touch Bar. Now this thing's almost fully spec'd out. I got the 2.9 gigahertz processor, which is the better one, and then I got 1 terabyte of storage, which is the middle level, but I got the souped up 460 graphics card. So this is almost as high end as it comes. This thing was like 3,500 bucks. First, a little context. Now, for the most part, I make a living entirely by making videos. And after the camera, the most important tool when making videos is the computer that I edit those videos on. Now, this thing right here, this R2-D2 garbage can looking computer right here, this is the most spec'd out, the most expensive computer that Apple makes. This is the Mac Pro with every option selected. This thing costs as much as a used Toyota. It's supposed to be like the world-changing supercomputer, and it's the worst machine I've ever owned. I literally have this thing set up on this amazing monitor right here, everything ready to go, and all I use this computer for is for data management. These are my hard drives here, and I manage all that data on this machine. The computer is really that bad. But at this desk right here, I have my laptop. Now, prior to the MacBook with the Touch Bar, this was the best MacBook you could buy, and this thing's amazing. I travel the world with this. I edit all of my videos on this. This is a workhorse. It has never let me down. And this is probably my favorite computer I've ever had. It's been really great for me. Now, I have only had this for like less than a day, but let me tell you what I like about it right off the bat. First, it's lighter and thinner than that other one. And that's a big deal for me since I skateboard home with it in my backpack every single day. Weight is a big deal. Number 2, the hardware itself. This thing is aluminum and as sexy a machine as you would expect from Apple. The keyboard people complain about because they want it to be clicky. This thing's super clicky. Love the keyboard. So it is this sort of futuristic spaceship feeling machine that you want to hug and show to your friends and go to like a hipster coffee shop and be like, look at me, I got the new one. Now let's get into my concerns, and I got a lot of them. I don't know how founded they are because I haven't really gotten into this thing yet, but I'm not a cynic. Just hear me out. The logo doesn't light up. This lights up, see? Lights up? No lights up. Okay, let me get back to the review. First, when you fork over $3,500 to buy one of these, you don't just have to buy the machine. You also have to buy this here dongle. A dongle, or as Apple calls them, an adapter, is the only way you can plug in any USB thing to this, which is a huge deal. Everything's USB. This ain't got no USB ports. In fact, this has almost no ports at all. Which brings me to my biggest issue about this thing, no SD card drive. SD card is the kind of memory that is used in every camera I use. And it's very good on the other computer. Out of the camera, into the computer. because this doesn't have that port, I have to use a dongle. Now, I could use this dongle to this other dongle, but instead I bought this thing because I read on Amazon that it was pretty good. An SD card reader, I have to remember this thing. For additional USB things, I have to remember this. If I want to plug in my external hard drive, I have to use this. So these 3 dongles are now 3 dongles that I'll always have to have with me if I want to use this computer in the way that I used my previous computer with no dongles. I just said the word dongle 5 times. My next big gripe with this.
Now, how many of you have ever had your notebook go flying off its work surface when somebody caught your power adapter cord in their foot? Right? Whether it's your pet or your kid or your roommate, well, this is going to end that.
That meant no matter how hard your charging cable was yanked on, it would just come right off, no damage, no problem. It was also very easy to plug in because it was magnetic. Now look, Apple, I believe you that this USB 3.0 or whatever this is called is faster and better, but just because this can transfer files better doesn't mean that my 2-year-old daughter is going to trip over my power cable any less. Just kidding, this was my old broken laptop. Next, I want to get into the benchmark feature of this new laptop, which is the touch bar. It's basically like a long, thin touchscreen at the top of the keyboard. I don't know how useful it's going to be. And honestly, this far along, Apple, I would have expected you to come up with a smarter means of data entry for these laptops. What I mean by that is, like, when I want to edit a photo and I want to do it quickly, I don't want to use Adobe Photoshop or Lightroom. I just send it to my cell phone and I use Snapseed. And when I can edit it using my fingers and pinch and zoom and poke around, it's much easier, faster, and more fluid than using a mouse and keyboard. To take that even further, as a video editor, I feel like there's a tremendous opportunity for a touch interface around a professional video editing suite. Maybe this is a little further down the road in the future, but still, now perhaps this touch bar is a step in that direction. Maybe it's a half step to get us there, which I'm all about. But when I look at what Microsoft is doing, and I don't really use Microsoft computers, but when I look at what they're doing, trying to merge their desktop operating system with a touch interface, it looks like they're trying to push the envelope when it comes to how you interact with the data on your screen. Maybe third-party developers will do interesting things with it, but for now, it's more like a dynamic set of function keys than it is another way to like truly interact with your machine. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. Maybe I'll give a better review like after I've been able to use this thing for a few weeks. The short of it is, like, I am super excited about this machine, but that's just because I like new toys. I'm also super bummed about the port situation and the dongle situation. Oh, by the way, Apple, I don't know how or why, but I ordered one of these and one of these, and you accidentally sent me 2 of these and 2 of these, and I checked my credit card statement. You didn't charge me for 4, so I didn't open them. If you want me to send them back, let me know. Otherwise, I'm keeping them. Thank you for that. I don't know, this thing with all the ports and the dongles, I do think it's a big deal. I don't think I'm just being whiny about it. I know you were the first to get rid of the CD, the disk drive, you were right. You're always introducing a newer, faster way like FireWire over USB back in the day, but this seems like a big leap. Everything's USB, and nearly every consumer camera is an SD card. So doing away with those, like you're making my life as a professional user of your profession a little bit harder. And it's not like a half step or something you have to get used to. It's like when you want to teach the kid to swim, it's okay to throw them in the pool and they have to figure out how to swim to the side. But this situation, it feels more like you're kicking me off the deck of the Titanic saying swim to the nearest iceberg. It's gonna be hard. That's it. Thank you for watching my technology review. I'll see you next time Apple comes out with the new laptop.